Hello boys and girls, how you guys doing? Today's video is going to be a commentary with some Battlefield gameplay in the background. Today's topic is my theory on the new E3 settings in Watch Dogs that the developers left behind in the game files, and they are actually labelled as E3. So basically this commentary is going to be about like why I think they did that, why I think they left them in there, and why they've actually labelled them as E3s. The file names is like E3. So let's get to it. So as a lot of you may already know by now, there's basically a lot of controversy going around as to why Watch Dogs was sort of dumbed down in terms of graphics, and why the version on PC was absolutely terrible and shocking in comparison to what like the E3 2012 trailer showed us. Like, we thought it was going to have some amazing dynamic shadows. We thought they were working with Nvidia to create like amazing physics quality and all kinds of like fancy cool stuff for like PC kind of only grade shit, basically. Like, this was stuff that we were all looking forward to, and the fact that the game was going to look brilliant really sort of like hyped it up quite a lot, and the hype was actually like mental for this game. So basically the latest information like regarding Ubisoft's like E3 graphical settings, that they were disabled to make PCs look bad and consoles look next gen, basically to like match PC. The general theory, I guess, that's floating around is that Microsoft or Sony, or both, who knows, probably paid Ubisoft to do so in order to like promote their next gen consoles. Basically that equals that Ubisoft did just that, and they downgraded the PC version to basically make Xbox One and PS4 match the grade of PC, to make PC match the grade of consoles, basically to like make it look terrible, to make it look like old gen, and as usual leave it as an unoptimized piece of shit, which is exactly what we got. But here's my theory, basically. I'm quite confident that Ubisoft in general knows how to make games for PC. Like, they definitely do. Look at Assassin's Creed, look at Rainbow Six Vegas 2, Rainbow Six Vegas 1, I think that was on PC. Trials Fusion, Trials HD, I think it was called. You know, they know how to make PC games, they know how to optimize them, and they know how to make them look good. Like, different Ubisoft studios have worked on different games, of course, but in general they've made some pretty good games. But I've never seen any of them as unoptimized as Watch Dogs. I mean, even Assassin's Creed 3, for fuck's sake, when it was released, didn't run particularly well. Okay, I give it that, but it was to no extent as bad as Watch Dogs ever was. So, yeah, the terrible optimization must have been intentional by Ubisoft developers. But I believe that when Ubisoft downgraded the PC port of Watch Dogs, they received something definitely in return, like, for sure, probably money. Yeah, most definitely money. There was no reason to downgrade the PC, like, at all, and even get lower frames per second in the downgraded version, like, that we got. Like, if they downgraded it, surely we should get more FPS, but no, that wasn't the case. It's a bit far-fetched, but what if Ubisoft devs did not agree with the downgrade, let's say, and they took hidden causes of action to hide the old E3 game files, you know, in the files? Like, so modders could actually find it. Like, as they are paid employees, the CEOs accepted money from, you know, probably Sony or Microsoft, and told the developers to downgrade it. The developers and artists did so, but not without leaving almost everything the old version, you know, had. Like shaders, graphical improvements, better FPS, because they knew that modders would eventually get to it. They conveniently labelled everything E3, for God's sake, so the modders would have proof and realise that in fact it was possible to recover Watch Dogs to the high quality that was demonstrated at E3 2012 through that trailer. And thus the modders, you know, shout out to them guys, because my god, they're doing a great job of restoring what the game should have been from the start. You know, we'll be able to finish Watch Dogs to the way the developers originally intended to release the game. The modders have found the files, they are finishing the game. No one at Ubisoft lost their job. You know, I'm willing to bet that most, if not all, developers take pride in their work, especially something to the caliber of that Watch Dogs was shown at E3. The E3 2012 Watch Dogs I'm talking about, not the new piece of shit one. They wouldn't delete everything. I mean, a developer they treasure their work. When they work on something, they're not just going to go, okay, we've been told to get rid of it, delete it, downgrade it, so we're just going to delete it. No developer is going to delete everything they worked so hard for no reason other than the CEO's higher paychecks to them. And so disguise the PC version as a terrible version, but it was a version that the CEOs of Ubisoft were very happy to sell because of what Microsoft and Sony have paid them to do. But also left everything intact in terms of like the old E3 files, the mod files essentially. But they left them intact, so eventually we could actually play Watch Dogs as they intended us. And guess what? They were really smart in that way, because nobody at Ubisoft is now getting fired because of this. I don't know if my theory makes any sense. Like, what do you guys think, to be honest, about this? Like, do you think that Ubisoft developers did this sort of hiddenly and like they wanted modders to finish the game and show people what the game was really meant to be like on PC? Or do you think Ubisoft are just becoming another EA type thing? They're just selling out and they are just making crap games for PC and they just don't respect what we are as a community or as a platform. But this all, of course, is under the assumption that Ubisoft was definitely paid by Sony or Microsoft or both. I'm just creating up like little theories here. I may be giving too much credit to the developers. I might not be giving enough to the developers. I'd just like to hear some opinions, other people's theories, of course, as to why Ubisoft, why? Why would they do this? I don't see why they would. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a comment down below to say what you think. Leave a like as well. If you'd like to see more content like this, then click subscribe. Thanks very much, guys. I'd like to hear your opinions, and see you next time.